Shabbat Shalom, L'chaim L'chaim. This week's Torah portion is Tzav. It's again to do with the sacrifices in the temple. Moshe Rabbeinu is explaining to Aaron and the Kohanim all the sacrifices they have to offer. And it goes into a bit about their service, and at the end talks about them being inducted into the temple service with like a 7-day ceremony. And I listened to this brilliant shir, as they all are, by Rabbi Y.Y. Jacobson, where he was speaking about a very interesting opening to the Torah portion. It talks about something that we actually say every day in Korbanos, right before Tefillah. We say about the Trumas Hadeshen. Basically every day they would go and burn up all these offerings. As you can imagine, there'd be a lot of ashes left on the altar. And there's one commandment to Aaron and the Kohanim that one Kohen would go up every day in his garments and he'd take out ashes from the innermost point of this pile of ashes. And this little bit of ashes that he took out, he would place next to the altar. Then there's another mitzvah associated with it, where they'd go and they'd take all the ashes off of the altar, take it to a place, change out of their priestly garments, take it to a place outside of the temple, and leave it in a pure place, outside of all the camps even. And Rabbi Y.Y. Jacobson explains a very interesting idea that surely this is a weird commandment. You take a little bit of the ashes and leave it by the altar every day, and every now and then when the pile's overflowing, you take all of it out. On the surface, it seems like it makes sense, clear out the rubble, get things nice and orderly in the temple. But on a deeper sense, we actually find a very intrinsic lesson for all of us to learn. The Trumas Hadeshen, this mitzvah that the Kohanim would do every day, taking a little bit of the ashes, is actually explained by the Alter Rebbe in the Tanya. He speaks about like wood. When it's burned up, 3 of the elements actually leave. That's the air, the smoke goes up, the water in the log evaporates, that goes up, and the fire also goes up until it disappears. The only thing that's left is the ash, which is representative of the earth, but also like depressiveness, lowliness. The things that really hold a person back is left behind. And the idea that Rabbi Y.Y. Jacobson brings is that of those things, those ashes that we all have, those things that hold us back, that root us in the past, we must learn to take a little bit from it, reach into the inner depths of it, and take out something that can actually help you go forward. In this sense, it could be like Israel, looking back at the Holocaust and everything that went down in Europe and saying, you know what? It's on these ashes that will build the foundation for a Jewish state. It's on these ashes that will make something bigger and better and be even stronger. And this is the idea of Trumas Hadeshen, looking back into the ashes of your past and saying, this is where I start. This is where I begin anew, and learning from that aspect and growing from it. Then there's this other idea, which is Hotzas Hadeshen, which is taking out all of the ashes. This is the idea that, and Ayala actually elaborated on this with me a bit. It's a bit nuanced. On the one hand, you could say that getting rid of all of the ashes means to forget the past, to forgive and move forward. That's what I would do. Ayala was saying, no, taking out all of the ashes represents getting it all off your chest, opening up and really speaking about all these things that you've been carrying with you for so long. And in that way, you're actually getting it out and you're able to move forward. So the truth is that both work. It depends on the individual. For me, I found that forgive and forget works and I'm able to move forward. But other people need to get things off their chest. They need to speak it all out, and then they're able to really let it go and move forward. And this is the idea of Hotzas Hadeshen, that you're taking out all of the ashes. You're ridding it from your temple, which is the mishkan, that's your body. You're getting it out of yourself, and that way you're able to move forward. Trumas Hadeshen is taking a little bit each day and saying, this is how I'm going to grow, this is how I'm going to be better. So B'ezrat Hashem, we'll all be matzliach in this avoda, we'll take it to heart, and we'll be better every day. Shabbat Shalom.